Hello and welcome. Our next game is a jumping game. Okay? Let me explain you how it should work. We have a cat here which we will be controlling, and we have a frog here which will be our enemy, meaning this cat's enemy. Okay? And we have a score to track here. When we click on the green flag, the enemies should start moving from right to left, and we should jump over the enemies. We meaning cat. Okay, we are controlling the cat. And if we are able to successfully jump over the enemies, the score should get updated. And as soon as our cat, our character, our sprite touches any of the enemies, game over message should be displayed and the game should stop. Okay, so this is our game. Let us start making it now. All right, let us start creating the game. The first thing that I will do is select a backdrop. I will click here and select forest. Okay. Next, I will write the codes for this sprite. I will first change the name of this sprite to cat. Okay. Not wat, cat. Yes. Next, let the cat be around here. Okay. What is it? X minus 100 and y minus 83. So let y also be minus 100. Okay. So let the values be x minus 100 and y minus 100. Okay. So I want to fix the cat here. So I will go to events section and drag when flag clicked. Okay. And then I will go to motion and drag go to x 100 y 100, meaning when we start this game the cat should start from this point. Of course it will not be moving to the right or to the left, it will just be going up and down, but still it has to be here only. Okay, let me put the cat here and click here, and you can see it comes to x minus 100 y minus 100. Okay, right. Next, what is it that we want this cat to do? This cat should jump up and come down when we press a key on our keyboard, right? And so I will go to events section and drag this block when space key pressed. Okay, I will leave this as it is. I will allot space key for jumping. Okay, so when space key pressed. Now what should happen when space key is pressed? This cat has to move up and then come down, correct? Now what is meant by moving up? Moving up means the y value should change. X value should remain the same, only the y value should change, right? So I will go to motion and select change y by 10. Okay, and then attach it here. Now let me click on the green flag and let me hit the space bar once. You can see when I pressed the space bar, it moved up by 10 to y minus 90. But now it is not that it has to jump only 10. So let me change this to 100. Okay. And let me click on the green flag and press the space key. So you can see that it jumps to y0. Okay. But I do not want this straight movement. I want this to be 10. Okay. But I want to repeat it 10 times. Okay. Which is same as cat moving by 100. But if I use change y by 100, I cannot do a few things that I will be doing. Okay. Which you will see in a few minutes. And so I will select this. Repeat 10 times, change y by 10, meaning the value of y will be changed by 10 times. Okay. So let me click on the green flag and let me press the space button, and you can see the cat jumps up to y0 from y minus 100. Okay. Now, when it is jumping, I want it to be animated. Okay. I do not want it to jump in this same pose. And for that, I will switch the costume of this cat. In costumes, we have this second costume for the cat, which I will use. Okay. So I will click on costume 1, come back to code, and here in looks section, I will select next costume and drag it here. Okay. Now I will click on the green flag and press the space key or space bar and see what happens with this cat. So you can see that there is an animation effect added to this cat. So what happens is 10 times the costume will be changed. There are 2 costumes for this sprite, this cat, correct? And 10 times it will be changed when it jumps up. All right. Yes. Now this is jumping up. It also has to come down, correct? It is not that it has to jump up and stay there. It has to come down. Coming down means change in y value once again, and it is in negative direction, right? So we will use the same block to achieve that. So let me right click on this and select duplicate and attach it here. Okay. And here I will change this to -10. Okay. This is for jumping up and this is for coming down. Okay. After the cat jumps up 10 times, the y value will change by -10. So it comes back to the same point from where it had started. Okay. And we have this next costume block inside repeat block, meaning while coming down also the costume will change, meaning we will have the animation effect. Okay. So let me click on the green flag and press the space key. And you can see that we have successfully created a jumping cat. Okay. Now this jumping is not high enough, and so I will change this to 15 and this to 15. Now this cat will jump higher. Okay. So you can see it jumps higher. Alright. So this is fine. Next, let us proceed and bring in the other sprites. I will go here and select choose a sprite. And here I will click on animals and select crab. Okay. Now this crab is the enemy in this game. Okay. Now we will write codes for this crab. Now what should this crab do? This crab should start from the should start from the right side and it should move to the left side. Correct? So let us do that now. Let us fix the position of the crab first. So I will go to events, drag when flag clicked, and I will go to motion and drag go to x and y. Now what values of x and y shall we keep? The rightmost position of x is 240. So let me keep it 240 itself. Okay. And what about y? Y let it be minus 140. This is fine, I guess. Okay. Minus 140 is fine, this position. Okay. So 240 and minus 140. Okay. So no matter where this crab is taken to, when we click on the green flag, it will come to this position. Okay. Next, what should happen? This crab should move from this position to this position. Okay, it has to move like this. Meaning, only the x value should change. The y value remains the same. Right? So I will select glide 1 seconds to x minus 240 and y minus 140. Okay. So let me click on the green flag and you can see the crab moves from right to left. Right? Now, what should happen with this crab once it moves to the left? It has to start from here once again and start moving to the left again. Meaning, this movement should happen again and again. Okay? And so we need to use this forever block. Okay. And inside this forever block, we need to have this. Let me have this and put it here. Okay. Now let us see the effect. So it is working fine. When flag is clicked, it goes to this value, glides to this value, goes to this value, glides to this value, and this continues. All right. Yes. So far, so good. Now, this 1 second is too fast. So, let me change it to 2 seconds and run. So, 2 seconds is fine. Okay. Next, what should we do? We want this crab to appear in different forms. Meaning, I want a crab to come, a different animal to come, and one more different animal to come. Okay, I do not want the same crab to be coming from right to left. And so we have to change the sprites. Now, instead of changing the sprites, instead of adding more sprites, let us add costumes to this sprite itself. Okay, so crab is selected now. I will go to costumes. Here in costumes section, there are two costumes for this crab. I will delete this second costume and I will click on choose a costume. I will click on this and I will click animals. Okay. Now let me scroll down and look for a suitable animal. So let me select frog. I have selected frog here, but it is pointing to the right. I will click on flip horizontal, which will make the which will make the frog face to the left. Okay. So one costume is selected. Let me select one more costume. I will click on animals and let me scroll down and select ladybug. Okay, this is okay. So ladybug is fine. Let me select one more. I will click on animals and I will select this snake. Okay, this snake. All right. Now this is also facing to the right. I will make it face left by clicking on flip horizontal. Okay, flip vertical makes it turn upside down. So do not select this. It is flip horizontal. Okay. Now let me go back to crab and select code. All right. Now what should happen? The costume of this crab should change, right? So I will go to looks section, and I will drag switch costume to, and then I will go to operators and select pick random. Okay. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 costumes, and so I will enter 1 to 4 and put this here, and then I will put it here. Okay. Now let me click on the green flag and see the effect. So a frog, a frog, a frog, a ladybug, a frog, ladybug, ladybug, a snake, and so on. So randomly the costume is switched. Okay. So this is fine. Now this crab is very big when compared with this cat. Correct? So let us change the size of this crab. I will enter 50 here and see if it is fine. So 50 is fine. Okay. So it is small enough. So let me click on the green flag and see if it is okay. So this is fine. Crab is fine. Frog is fine. Ladybug is fine. Okay, let us check if a snake comes. I'm waiting for a snake. Yeah, so snake is also fine. All right. So the size is good now. Okay. Next, what should we do? We have to keep the score. Right? So let us create a variable. I will select or I will click on make a variable and enter score and click on OK. Okay, score is here. Now when should this score be updated? This score should be updated if this cat successfully jumps over the enemies. Okay, and how do we know if this cat has jumped over the enemy? It is by looking at the x value. Okay, if any of the enemies come to this point and beyond, it means that this cat has successfully jumped over this. Correct? So it is the x coordinate which will decide the score. And so I will go to motion and drag x position here. And then I will go to control and drag if then. And then I will go to operators and drag less than block. Okay. So if x position is less than, what is this value? Let us say minus 190. Okay, 190. So if x position is less than 190, minus 190, if x position is less than minus 190, then update the score. So I will go to variables and select change my variable by 1. Now it is not my variable, it is score. So I will select this and put it here. And I will put this in the forever block. Okay. Now let me click on the green flag and see if everything is working fine. So snake moves past this point, the score gets updated. Frog is moving, snake is moving, and the score gets updated. So far so good. Let me stop this. Okay. Now when I click on the green flag, you can see that this score continues from 7. In reality, it has to start from 0. Right? So let me click on the green flag and you can see the score continues from 7, 8, 9 and so on. It has to start from 0 when I click on the green flag. And so I will drag this and change it to score. Set score to 0. And I will put this right below when flag clicked. Okay. Now see the score set to, now see that this score will be set to 0 when I click on the green flag. So score is 0, 1, 2. I will stop and I will start and you can see score becomes 0. Okay. All right. So this is good. Next, we have to end this game. And when do we end this game? We end this game if any of the enemies touches this cat. Meaning, if this cat is not able to jump over the enemies, if this cat touches any of the enemies, the game should end. Okay. Now that is what we will code right now. I will go to events and drag when flag clicked. And then I will go down here and select wait until. Okay. And then I will go to sensing. And here I will select touching. In this, I will click on this mouse pointer and select cat. Okay, and I will put this here. So what I'm saying is, wait until this crab touches cat. Okay, and when it touches cat, what should happen? That is what we have to write. So in control, we have stop all. So I will drag this and I will attach it here. And then I will attach it here. Okay. So let me click on the green flag and you can see as soon as this touches, the game stops. Okay. As soon as the cat touches this snake, the game stops. Let me click on the green flag and let me jump over this. Now when this frog touches this cat, this game ends. Alright, so far so good. Now what I want to add to this game is a game over message. Okay, and that I will do in backdrops. So I will click on backdrop here. Okay, backdrop, and I will click on backdrops here, and I will right click on this and select duplicate. Okay, so this is forest, this is forest 2, this is blank which we do not need. Let me delete this. Okay, so forest and forest 2. In forest 2, I will write game over. I will click on this text button and I will click here and write game over. Okay. Now this here should be of pixel font and I want it to be big. So I will make it big. I will move it to the center and I will change the color of this to yellow. Alright. Yes. So this is fine. Now let me click on forest. Okay. Which is what I want initially. I will click on crab and go to code. Okay. Now, when should game over be displayed? It should be displayed when the enemy touches the cat, for which we have written code here. Right? Wait until touching cat. So I will go to looks section and select switch backdrop to. I want to switch it to forest 2. And when do I want to switch it? I want to switch it when an enemy touches the cat. Okay. So let me stop this and play it once again. Okay. So you can see game over is being displayed here. I want it to be normal when the game starts. So what I will do is I will switch backdrop to forest when we start the game. Okay. So I will click on the green flag and you can see it starts with no game over message. But as soon as this cat touches the enemy, backdrop is switched and game over is displayed. Okay. So let us play this game now. I will jump over this. Score is 2. Score is 3. Score is 4. And now game over. Okay. So we have successfully made our game. Now it is your time to try this out. Alright.